The Obama administration says it is still planning to move forward with new military trials at Guantanamo Bay. But military lawyers tell Fox News they have run into a series of roadblocks that strongly suggest the administration remains determined to prosecute the 9/11 suspects in federal court. National correspondent Catherine Herridge explains.
It's a death by asphyxiation.
Commander Walter Ruiz is taking a risk by speaking out publicly against new Defense Department procedures he says restrict the ability of the military lawyers to prepare for and prosecute the 9/11 case in this Guantanamo military court.
All of us wear the uniform because we have a fundamental belief in those values. We have a fundamental belief in the rule of law and what those values stand for. So, yes, there is disappointment.
The case is completely stalled.
Commander Suzanne Lachelier is speaking out too because she says the money has been cut off. When she requested travel to Germany, where her client Ramzi bin al-Shibh lived with the 9/11 hijackers, Defense Department officials said in an email March 8th, the Attorney General has determined that Mr. bin al-Shibh will be prosecuted in federal court. If at some time the Attorney General changes his decision regarding forum, you can resubmit your request.
Without any funding, without any ability to engage in the standard defense function, the rule of law can't be promoted and the case can't move at all.
The lawyers also point to this new protective order they say will make it harder for the 9/11 attorneys who represent Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and his 4 co-conspirators to work together on common elements of the case. Quote, detainees counsel shall not disclose contents of any classified documents or information to any person, including counsel in related Guantanamo cases.
What I can only tell you are the effects. The effects are essentially to cut off our oxygen, to have the process die on the vine.
As to respond to the military lawyers' claims, the White House counterterrorism advisor insisted swift justice remains the goal.
I don't know what those allegations are. I just know that there's a strong commitment from Secretary Gates, the Attorney General, and others throughout the government to make sure that we're able to move as quickly as we can.
Well, the White House says new trials are going ahead at Guantanamo Bay. The 9/11 military lawyers say they believe it does not include their case. A Defense Department spokeswoman confirmed that the funding restrictions apply to all of the 9/11 suspects and their military counsel. In Washington, Catherine Herridge, Fox News.
Warning, this next story is graphic. Germany's Der Spiegel news magazine has published 2 graphic photos. And again, we warn you in case there are children in the room, these are graphic images showing American troops posing with the corpse of an Afghan civilian they are accused of murdering. The Army had restricted access to the images while it conducted a war crimes probe. A third photo depicts 2 dead Afghan men propped up against a pillar. 5 soldiers have been charged with murder and conspiracy in this case. The Army has apologized for the distress caused by the photos, which it calls repugnant. We will talk about the military strategy that's being deployed in the Libyan conflict, but first we go live to Tripoli for an update.